All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Morning. How's everybody doing? Or good evening, or whatever it happens to be at the time you're watching this. Happy day today. Interesting times. GAC's coming up soon, right? We got to take a look. Have they started to? Does anything new show up over here? I feel like they're going to ambush me with this. Like it's going to show up and I'm not going to get any warning and I'm not even going to know. And we're going to end up sitting here going, auto deploy. So yeah, it's supposed to start next week. I don't know if it'll start tomorrow or Monday or what, but have you guys heard an official start date? Fellhammer says, I'm sad. Last 3 days I've been 410 shards down each day. Crystals, yeah. 410 crystal. Oh, yeah, because it's 500 if you win in Squad Arena, right? Yeah. Just back from a day in a theme park. Oh, that sounds fun. What theme park did you go to, Placebo? Greetings from Austria. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Mithri, how you doing? I'm in Kyber 3. We could match up. All right, Dalton, let's do it. I want to get more interactive streams. I want to get more people that we know so that we can get in there and chat it up and do the interactive stuff. That always is a ton of fun for me. I like that. I got light showing up on my green screen back here. I don't know where from. Try to fix that. Becoming not as transparent as we want it to be. Have a question. Does it make sense to go for Executor before C, given that the new GAC and Fleet might be losing crystals? Fleet might be losing crystals? I hadn't heard that. I don't think Executor is a reasonable play for your first Galactic Legend style journey. It's just because of the Beskar, Mando, and Razor Crest. I mean, that's the showstopper. Everything else in that journey is good. I mean, if you could, as soon as you can secure a 7-star Razor Crest and get the Mandalorian Beskar armor, you go for Executor. There's no reason not to. The problem is, like, for my Loquitur account, just, I played all I could play in the Conquest stuff. And then when they had the event, we went through the event and we got all the Razor Crest shards that we could from the event. And you just end up in this situation where I think I have like 140 shards of the Razor Crest. I feel like I drove by it. Where is it? I suppose we could just type in Razor. Razor. Yeah, 140 out of 145 shards. So if I want this thing, I still have 190 shards yet to get. I got 140. I need 190. And that is just an awful lot of purchases out of Conquest. So for me, the Executor just hinges on that. Can you or can you not get that ship? And if you can get it, then certainly the Executor is a fantastic fleet. Everybody knows it's insane. It's pretty much top of the meta. Seems like it's going to be for a little while until they get a new capital ship out. Thoughts on Mara Jade with Palpatine? Good. I like it. I caught some of Arnold's stream, and it looks like even at low stars, she can add a bunch of debuffs and help the team out. The staggers, taking away turn meter, while giving her basically another turn to do her middle attack that's area effect that can trigger the staggers. Getting those two back to back, taking away the opposing team's turn meter, is pretty phenomenal. So I think the idea of 3-star viability with her is very good. So putting her with the Palpatine lead and Vader seems like it takes that team up a notch. So maybe some teams that for whatever level your Vader and Palpatine are at, maybe they weren't as successful as they could be, and now that'll put them over the top. So I like that she has low star viability, and she definitely seems like a powerhouse once you get her up and running. Let's see. She's got, what was it, 2? Is it 2 or 3 Omicrons on this character? So this is a territory war. At the start of the battle, if the enemy leader is not Galactic Legend, they lose all their protection. So this is like turns the Vader into a gas counter. So that's interesting. Let's see. Was there another one here? Oh, I guess it's Star Killer that has multiples. But this also seems like a good territory war thing. So in terms of this character, seems very good. Yeah, definitely seems like somebody we're going to want to build. You need 2 R8s for Executor, though. That's true. You do need 2 R8s for Executor. But Relic 8 materials, there's a lot of guilds now that can do Rancor. It's so if you, well, let's rewind. If you're not in a guild that can do Rancor or isn't building up to Rancor, then your first priority should be to build a couple of teams. Padme does well in Phase 1. The clones do well. Imperial Troopers do well in Phase 2. Galactic Legend like SLKR does well in Phase 2. So there's room to build those teams and get your Relic 8 materials. But again, I mean, Loquitur's 2 million galactic power here, right? 2.16. We're in a guild that can do Rancor. I can get Relic 8s, but I still can't close out the Razor Crest. So to me, the idea of getting the Relic 8 materials is still less of a problem than getting the Razor Crest itself. Matt says, below 1 million GP, I have both Rebens. Anyone think I'll hit Kyber next GAC? Matt, does everybody understand it the same way I do? As you move up in the rankings in the new system, you have to place the amount of teams for that ranking. So let's say you're at 1 million galactic power and you're in Carbonite, and you pop up into Bronzium. As soon as you get into Bronzium, you have to place 5 defensive teams and have 5 offensive teams. So at 1 million, even if you've got a good win record, even if you're a good player, when you start playing up against accounts that are 2.1, 2.7, 3.2 million galactic power, how are you going to field 10 teams that can compete with somebody 3 times your galactic power? Same for me here on the Loquitur account at 2.1. Everybody, not everybody, but several people have been like, oh, you're going to be able to get Kyber. And I mean, my understanding is as you go up, as soon as I go from Bronzium to Erodium, I have to do 7 offense, 7 defense, and 4 fleets. And that's going to be a stretch for me. Now, I can probably hold on to that. But then if I go up again, if I somehow got out of Chromium into Erodium, I think I said Erodium, but Chromium is 4 fleets already. If I got out of Chromium into Erodium, now I got to place 9 defenses and have 9 offenses. And at 2 million galactic power, there is simply no way. There is no way that you're going to field 18 teams, let alone 18 competent teams. So the old idea of getting to Kyber is completely different. I mean, you're going to be within some certain range in your Grand Arena performance until you can field more teams. So actually that leads me into the title, because I wanted to talk today about GAC pressure teams and about the idea of my new efficiency model that I'm going to be working on the Loquitur account, and it kind of all plays into that. So we can jump in on that, or we can we can keep talking about some other stuff. There's a lot of chat. Let me catch up on that. Oh, you went to Efteling? Oh, that's fantastic. So Efteling, Netherlands, right? Yeah. I have been to the Efteling, and some of the characters in the Efteling are kind of scary. They're not really cutesy. They're scary. And I stayed in a hotel at the Efteling one time, and they had this little gnome-looking thing that was a toothbrush holder. And I swear, like, his eyes were looking up just at the right angle. And when you brushed your teeth in the morning, the little dude would just sit there and stare at you. It was kind of creepy. I had to turn him around. I was like, quit looking at me. Quit looking at me, bro. Yeah. But I've actually been to Efteling. Yeah, it's kind of neat. Mithri says also down to 90 crystals from 500 most days. Yeah. So the daily payouts are not as good, but then we will get the play, the win, and the weekly. So I think the total crystal income is going to be okay. You mentioned that fleet crystals will probably move over as well. Man, I don't want them to move fleet crystals. I want them to leave that alone. I suppose they'll probably rationalize it, though, huh? They said that? Interesting. Okay. Tyler Martin says, yeah, for the R8s, I've saved crystals just to buy the arrow magnifiers. Yeah, you can do that. You can buy the arrow magnifiers out of the shipments now. In here somewhere, I think. Well, we can just go to a character and look, right? That would probably be easier. So if we came into Papa Palpatine and just find some of these. Yeah, so in the weekly shipments, you can buy them 5 at a time for $12.50. So 5,000 crystals to get 20. It's definitely, you can definitely save that up over time. If you want to commit to it, you just save up, a couple hundred crystals a day. If you save 200 crystals a day, you can make a purchase every week and have, Relic 8 every 4 weeks. So it's not out of the realm of reason to do that. All right, Mata McCurry says, good evening. That's the way I understood it. GP moving forward doesn't move you up in the new divisions, just your win-loss ratio. Yeah, exactly. And your win-loss ratio is going to suffer once you top out. Once you get to the point where you're fighting teams that you're topped out. I also expect there'll be some pretty hardline GL number gates. Yes, I believe in the stratification of Galactic Legends, right? So you'll have 0 GLs and 1 GL. And then there's going to be this overlapping band because obviously people who have a lot of good teams can still play up against Galactic Legends. But then at some point, people with Galactic Legends and that build are going to beat those teams. And then you'll have the same thing. You'll have the 2 Galactic Legend. You'll have an overlap area. And then you'll have 3 Galactic Legend overlap area. Once you get past 3, though, if you're up in the 4 and higher Galactic Legends, then I don't think there's that much of a ratio anymore because you get a mix of offense and defense, and you can strategize different defenses and offensive systems with let's say 3 or 4 Galactic Legends, where you could probably even play up against somebody with 5 and if you played correctly, beat them. So once you get to a certain level, then it becomes a little more open. And then the guys at the top, of course, they hang out of all 6 anyway. So good luck getting them out of Kyber 1 if they're playing, if they're actually fielding teams and playing. If they move more crystals from fleet, what about Zeta materials? Then, yeah, so, that's a very good point, George Fletcher. That's a very good point. So even if they take crystals out of fleet, you're still going to want to get good fleet placement because that's going to drive all these extra ability materials that you can get out of here. Speaking of fleet placement, I think we have to do a fleet battle over here. Get us some fleet placement just like you guys are talking about. Zetas will stay in the shop, I'm pretty sure, just like Prestige. You still play to get the max amount of currency. Yeah, you guys are all over it. Yeah, so fleet will still be important for that. What's up, DL? Hey, Gregory B. All right, so I'm playing the Negotiator against the Malevolence. I do wish I had this matchup the other way around and had the Malevolence against Negotiator. That's more fun to play. Getting this 5s going, though, he's starting to do some stuff. I think the game really, really wants me to get 5 to Relic sooner rather than later. We're going to lose this Hound's Tooth right away here. This is bad. Let's see if we can... yeah, I don't think we can salvage him. Oof. Alright. That's going to make this hard. I've got to bring in Plo to get rid of these buzz droids, otherwise things are going to go horribly. And then we'll put up the unending loyalty and allow some of our ships to get killed. Wow. Probably going to lose this one, boys. Probably going to lose this one. Yoof. Okay. Losing that Hound's Tooth that early was brutal. Yeah, this is lost. We'll come back in 10 minutes. We'll go over here and see where we're at on fleet over here. There's an interaction on my fleet here in the mirror match that I don't understand. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how it is, but my opponents like get their contract off so much faster than me all the time. So the opening moves should be really obvious, right? I mean, you have to do that so that your capital ship can still target over here. Call the assist. And then we don't need to do the special yet. But watch this. They'll get the they'll get the alt up like instantly. It's crazy. Or the contract. Not getting it this time. Well, that's convenient. I say that that's the way it's going to be, and then, of course, something completely different has to happen. And we're ability blocked over here, so we can't get rid of our debuffs. Yeah, see, look, they got the contract already, and I'm not even close. Look at this. No contract for me, contract for him. All right, let's cleanse that. Let's try to do some big damage over here, see if we can't get him closer to dead. Get the chaff back on us. Finally got my contract up. All right. Let's see. We'll bring in Slave 1. All right. Let's go back here. Okay. Let's see. What do we want to do here? We'll do this. Get him out of there. Use the basic. Try to get turn meter on somebody. We should have this one under control. Do this. Get rid of some buffs. All right. And then we'll pew his ship in half and put it on auto. All right. Let's catch up on chat again. The mind games will be important. Someone with one GL and not so wide of a roster versus a super wide roster with 0 GLs roster can beat GAC because it's a more dynamic mode. Yeah, exactly, Kevin. Yeah. Especially early on. But like I said, when like my Loquitur account's, I think, a good example. So it's not a GL rush. I do have the GL, but I also have teams to fill in. Now, they're not the best teams in the world, but let's say somebody just built a bunch of meta teams, went both Revens and CLS. Let's say that's what they did. So they've got Ewoks and all kinds of OR and all kinds of stuff like that as fill teams. I still think I'm going to win at this point because I have enough offenses and defenses that I can field all that stuff. The mind games are real, though, man. I love the strategy, the tactics of, trying to figure out how to place defenses, what to keep on offense, and try to fool my opponent. I love back wall strategies, just trying to bait out good teams in the front and then holding the back wall. I don't try to get too greedy too often and try to hold everything, hold the front wall too. But no, I love that part of GAC. That I think it's. I'm glad that they're making that game mode more important. I do wonder though if they're someday going to add more zones to it because they're going to have to go up from 11 teams at some point. I feel like because I think Kyber's just going to start getting crowded, and even with the 10% that get pushed down. There'll be this tendency to build toward the top. Statistically, it's going to happen. So at some point, they'll have to put another division up top with 13 teams. And I feel like at that point, you almost need to make a different map. Make 6 zones instead of 4, or make 5 zones, something. 2 zones on top and 3 on the bottom or something like that, at least. I would hope that they would do that. But, yeah, what are your guys' thoughts? What do you think of that? Hey, DL, 2 more relics to get C. I'm super excited. Yeah, nice, Brandon. That's awesome. I'm glad you're going to get that. Only like 6 more weeks then till you get him and his ult. It just takes a while. Even once you get the requirements, you still got some time to go. I recently got Ray at 1.8 million GP. I think I should farm Revan. What would you say? Thomas, I think that's exactly what you want to do. Once you get a Galactic Legend, build some more teams for stabilizing. I built C and then I wrapped back around and I got that Jedi Knight Revan going, got that started. So, yeah, I think it's good to build a couple teams like that to stabilize. How many likes are going to power your troopers in the next GAC? That depends on how many people I get watching the stream. I mean, if I've got 100 people watching the stream, I better be able to get 50, 60 likes. Troopers are greedy though. They want all the likes. They want the hate sabers all over the place. Yeah, the opposite of a like saber is a hate saber, you see. And that leads to the light side of the Force, and you do not want to do that. All right. Let's see if we got any good mods over here to buy. Garbage. So, look, if you look at a mod like this, it's not bad, right? Defense, main stat, okay, health, potency, protection. But this 3 speed, if it was 5 speed, I might buy it. But at 3 speed, I can't justify spending that much credits on something that's only starting out at 3 speed. Same thing over here, crit damage with crit chance and speed. We like that, but just the 3 speed just does not motivate me to click the purchase button. All right. I think we own every single thing out of the fleet store on my main account. I think I've bought everything. I've even got that Tusken Shaman. Crazy stuff. All right, let's go in here. Let's buy some bayonets. These Mark IV comlinks are definitely something I want to stock up on. Buy them when we see them. Save the rest for later. I find Houndstooth Annie Snips. Okay, we're talking about. Oh wow, got behind on chat in a hurry. Woo! Hey DL, you and I have talked about the idea that stopping over for more than 3 or so relics between GL is going to be a bad idea. I'm already planning on 5s and Mon Mothma. Who should my third be? It all depends on what you need for fleet and whatnot. So, are you going for the Kenobi? Because if you're going for Kenobi, then Qui-Gon Jinn is a fabulous. I really think he's going to be a great bomb character, right? Just build a high relic Qui-Gon Jinn with the Omicron, throw him in with a bunch of Jedi, and they can even, like I said in the last stream, be small Jedi, and they'll still be hitting ridiculously hard. So, and he's a requirement for a GL anyway. Grievous makes a good bomb team. Queel makes a good bomb team. Or anyway, he makes a team that he accelerates the team based on his own relic level. Let's see who else would be a good other relic. Bosk, if you don't have a relic Houndstooth, Bosk would be nice. Bosk can do a lot of work. Blessed Carrot's in the house. Hey, Dalton Miles says. Houndstooth Annie Snips reinforce 5s. Plo Sergeant beats Malevolence consistently for me. My Snips is really low level though. That's the problem. She's like gear 11 or whatever. So this is okay. We usually do okay with this. We just got some bad numbers on that last run. If the Hyena Bomber attacks well, targeting the Houndstooth in a certain order, then things go badly for you. Happens every now and then. I don't know about you guys. Does anybody out there just win 100% on fleets? People that are like fighting for the top of your arena shard. I've always found that, well, I used a finalizer for a long time too, so that, doesn't help with my record of let's see. I'll put taunt on myself over here because I don't mind popping the unending loyalty on Plo. Alright, we'll do that. Alright, his loyalty has been tested. Okay. I'm bringing another tank just to try to keep Annie under wraps back here. Get rid of some of those buffs. Put everybody on fire. Alright. Nope. His unending loyalty. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Alright. Yeah, but I've always had to, when I'm fighting for first place in arena, it seems like there's often times where I have to scrap for it, Oh, they got him. Let's see. Let's go over here. Get the assist from 5s. Try to take him out. Nope. Not yet. This is going to be closer than I want it to be for sure. Okay, let's do that. Why not? Yep. Beat twice in a row, guys. Yikes. I think we still got a couple more attempts. We'll get there. We'll get him. We will get him. At least I think we will. Oh, I never did any squad battles. Let's forfeit a battle real quick so I can get my daily quest done. Yeah, right. Get in there and forfeit a battle. We're getting top 50, so it doesn't really matter that much. Come and go. All right, catch up on chat over here. I recently Zeta'd my troopers and they punch up so much I'm starting to take out Darth Revan teams. Nice. Hey DL, how are you liking Conquest? Conquest, I got some good discs this time, so it's not as bad. It's still, it still feels like a job. Still feels like punching a time clock and going to work. It's a lot easier if you actually have the, have some decent discs to do some stuff, though. That's nice. I think my mod inventory is full on both of my accounts right now. Sending stuff to my inbox. Have to clean that up today. All right. The game really wants me to have 5s. Look at this. Look at this. It's crazy. I'm like 1 piece away and not even that far off on this piece. So I feel like if the game hands me just a few more materials, I'm gonna get 5s whether I want him or not. I'm working on Django, but the game is like, nah, you're working on 5s. You don't know it, but that's the case. All right. We have to do like dark side hard nodes right now, right? Yeah. We'll just farm the zombie here and try to get some Y-Wing. That's actually a oh, we still got more. Let's go complete these quests. Get some more energy, then we'll go in and we'll dip in again. Try to... we need Wicket someday, right? And he's got stun guns. Alright, no Wicket shards, but it wasn't bad. Got some conquest energy. Can dump that real quick. And that'll allow me to catch back up on chat. Alright, let's see. We got smuggler battles to do, right? Chuck some smugglers in here. Alright, let's catch up. DL, didn't you need the gauntlet? I think it was in the fleet store. Oh, was it? We'll go take a look. Learn from your last fleet to add Cassian's U-Wing to my finalizer fleet. It works amazing. Nice. Yeah. That's great. It is. It's really, yeah, it's my go-to in the finalizer fleet to really make that fleet just fly. Yep. Who does Queel work well with? Queel shares his stats with scoundrels. So basically, you can put him in any scoundrel team that you want to, and they'll get 40% of his stats. The idea is to relic him and throw him on a team and surround him with a bunch of garbage, and 40% of his stats will make them all act like, you know, Gear 12 Relic 1 character, something like that. Like, let's say you took him to Relic 5. His stats would be roughly the equivalent of Gear 12 for your other characters. So they would add about 1,800 to 2,000 offense, stuff like that. So it just makes them much more durable. The opponent can't bring in a weak team to beat them because the extra hit points and offense make them into a team. So all you need is something with synergy. And let's say you've already got a bounty hunter team that's pretty good. You can build a scoundrel team out of anything you want. You can build a scoundrel team out of leftover bounty hunters, for example. So if we just go in here, we look at Quill's ability real quick. It just says droid and scoundrel allies gain 40% of health, offense, potency, and they also gain protection until he's defeated. So as long as he's the biggest character on the team, then it becomes hard to defeat him. If you throw a character somewhere in there with taunt, then it makes it real hard. IG goes with Quill, so in just about any team that you build, you can throw IG-11 in there. He doesn't even have to be good, and again, you're just giving him tons and tons of stats. So the little team that I built around that was, is it in here? So here you see I just put Quill into a bounty hunter team. If you do that, you need to leave 4 bounty hunters. You can't get too clever with that. But in 3v3, I built a team for him, and over here, do I have unique on or not? Yeah, I have unique on, so I would have to go to a different team. But anyway, something like, just pick scoundrels. And you can do just trash, right? Just stuff that you have in your account from other stuff. So let's say you did this team right here, and you'd say, well, there's not much synergy there. There's not very good characters. Let's do IG in there instead. Newt, whatever. So you can just throw scoundrels into a team with him. Find somebody that has a leadership ability that you want. Maybe Newt's the leadership that we want instead. So you can just kind of play around with this stuff. You put a couple characters in there that can taunt. And then he'll give them all his stats. And now in this team, IG's going to taunt. Stormtrooper Han's going to taunt. Vander Chewbacca gets prepared. If they kill Han or IG, Vandor resurrects him. So it's just annoying, right? And you could bring in like Jedi Knight Revan or something like that, target Quill and just kill him. That's fine. If you're going to bring in a good Jedi team to kill a bunch of scrubs with one relic character, then that is absolutely success. So that's what you do with Quill. You just throw all your garbage scoundrels in with him. Just try to find any kind of synergy. Like I said, a tank helps. Stormtrooper Han is a tank. IG is a tank. So you just throw him into a team like this. Super annoying. Zam could be great now if you have a mid-gear bounty hunter team. Give them a lot of stats and gear. Zam has to be relicked to get to that level though, right? So her, she gains 60% increase to her offense and then a bunch of other stuff. And then other bounty hunter allies gain 20% of her current offense. So her stats have to be really good. And then she gains a bunch of stats and shares them with her team. So in this case, 20% attack and for each scoundrel, etc. 60% increases instead, and then shares that offense, max health, protection, and speed. And the speed thing is a big deal. It's really a big deal, right? Because if you make her fast, let's say you make her 300 speed or something like that, and then other bounty hunter allies get 60 speed from her, that's pretty crazy. It really, if you've got a good bounty hunter team and you make her good, then it's fantastic. So I think you're right. I think if you say it has to be a mid-grade bounty hunter team, that's true. But Zam herself, you need to, if you're going to do the Omicron on Zam, you need to take her all the way to Relic 7 and maximize that stat sharing. That's my opinion. It's good. I think it's good, and the sharing of speed is insane. So a lot of people are saying that that's like the best Omicron. I still think the Qui-Gon Jinn Omicron is better because you can just Omicron him and put him with a bunch of scrubs and have a team. So it's low-level thinking, right? If you have a high-level account with a bunch of stuff and everything you want in the game, then Zam is probably the best. If you're, below 5 million galactic power, I think Qui-Gon Jinn is fantastic. Make a big Qui-Gon Jinn and same kind of thing. Throw him in with a bunch of scrubs and make a heck of a team out of it. Blessed Carrot says, I would like to see your Malevolence fleet play. Ooh, my Malevolence fleet is not in good shape. I don't have the pilotless ships built up for that yet. Malevolence came too fast. I got it too fast. I got it a lot sooner than I ever thought I was going to. I would like to see live a few mod slices criteria. Hey DL, can you suggest what to farm next from the Cantina store? I finished Stormtrooper Han, Chopper, Qui-Gon, Ahsoka, Boba. Not sure if I should use for Shard Shop currency. Pretty Hate Machine, just feed the Shard Shop all the time. I only buy out of the shop what I need for my next project. So if I'm not actively working on a next project that needs something out of here, then we don't buy it. Now you said you saw a gauntlet over here. You saw a gauntlet. Was there a gauntlet on the... were we looking at the main account? Yeah, the gauntlet shows up over here in the main account. So yeah, unfortunately that's not going to help with the Loquitur account. So somebody wants to see some mod stuff live. Okay, we can do that. We can definitely do that. Let's take a look at these shops real quick. Nothing to see here. Buying prestige for forever. Okay. Here's a mod. 420 health, speed, crit chance, defense. Would you guys buy this mod out of the shop for 2 million fleet credits? Yes or no? Loquitur, what do you say about First Order Sith Trooper under Maul lead? With Marauder, Sidious, Dooku as leftovers, see requirements, but with First Order Sith Trooper. I love the First Order Sith Trooper. Absolutely love him. So my intention was to build a team around him. And I still do on defense. I put him with the Sith team. Absolutely. Just like what you're saying. Yep. Dooku, I have found a new respect for Dooku, so I am not I'm not putting Dooku on defense with the scrubs anymore. Mod videos are always welcome from Loquitur. I hear his latest mod video is really good. What's your mod score on the Allura account? 4 point something, I think. 3.9, 4.1. It's not as good as I would have thought. It really isn't. I'm surprised. I don't have a decent Jedi team, but I have a second bounty hunter team at 6 stars for my... Put an Omicron on Zeta first if I don't want to wait. Okay. Yeah, interesting. Okay, my malevolence advice. Should one use Houndstooth with Geos and Hyena Bomber, or just Houndstooth, or just Hyena Bomber with no Vulture Droid? Blessed Carrot, it depends on what you have that's good. Right? So eventually you're going to want the Vulture Droid, Hyena Bomber, and Sunfac as your starting 3. That's very typical. You can put the Houndstooth in there, but the reason you want all of those separatists on the field right away is that so you can bring in spies or reinforce, and when you do, you'll have 5 separatists on the field. You will have generated a free Vulture Droid, so you want to generate that free Vulture Droid with your first ship ability, bring in the spy, mass assist, and have 5 ships that all assist. It's kind of a key part of the strategy to have that synergy, so you don't want to mix and match too many. other kind of ships in with the malevolence if you can help it. So we're getting some no's. Nah, I would want offense. No. Secondaries don't match the set. Yes, buy it if you have the extra currency. Yes. No. Only speed and crit chance, so it has 2/4 unuseful stats for the mod type. If it had offense, I would consider it. Buy because it has speed and crit chance on a crit mod with 2 million worth of the gamble. It depends on how many mods you have. If you're new, I would give it a shot, but if you've been playing a while, probably not. So this mod has decent potential with the speed and the crit chance. It's a crit chance mod with crit chance and speed. So these mods are the ones where you go, and I think a lot of people are getting it right. If you have the extra credits, you know, I've got 12 million, so I don't feel like I'm rich over here. But if this looked more like 25 million or 20 million or something like that, I would buy it. I'd give it a shot. I'd see how it turns out. So because I'm kind of low on ship credits at the moment, and I know that I still have more ships to build here in the near future, then I'm not going to spend the credits on it. But it's not bad. You know, it's a 50-50 mod hitting what you want. Long term, I don't mind the defense. I don't mind the defense stat on there. So yeah, it's yeah, that's exactly it. If you had the credits to buy it, you'd buy it. And if you don't, you gotta take a pass. Alright, is there anything over here that I really want? Nope. Don't need to convert any currency at the moment, looks like. Alright, somebody wanted to see some live mod stuff. Speed is king. Yes, speed is definitely what you're chasing in this game for sure. Let's get to unassigned mods only. Oh, you guys, somebody wanted to see slicing decisions. So let's talk about slicing decisions then. That's fine, we can do that. So I went over this in the video that I did together with Fellhammer, but I'll kind of repeat it again here for you guys and show you how it is that I look for high potential. So just to kind of show what it is that we're talking about, if you go down to the bottom, when you've sorted by speed, this green mod is 4 speed. This gold mod is 4 speed, right? Offense, defense, speed, health, up, you know, we can upgrade this and see where it goes. It's still 4 speed, right? So as we move up, oh, come on now. So as we move up, we're going to get to 5 speed, 6 speed, whatever, right? So here we're at 7 speed. Here we're at 8 speed, 9 speed. So we've still got some green mods that have 9 speed. And ideally what we're looking for is a green mod up here with 10 or 11 speed. Now, we don't have too many of those because I've already worked on them and and sliced them, right? So the quality of the first 2 speed rolls is how I decide where to put my slicing materials a lot of times. So if you've got 10, that means that you had a 5 and you got a 5, right? If you get to 11, that means you had a 5 and you hit a 6. So these blue mods got 1 speed bump, and it's a good one, right? Then the next layer that you want to look at is things with 3 hits in speed. So here we've got a 12, another 12, and that's it for squares, right? Like at that point, I'm out of good stuff. All right, so here we've got a 9 speed. All right, here we've got some 10 speed blue mods. Nothing in here at 11 speed. That one has 3 hits at 11 speed. So these purple mods at 10 speed, they've only got 2 hits at purple. I'm probably not going to slice them, right? Something like this that has 2 hits that has 10 speed, that has some potential. So you look at the off stats, offense, protection, not that exciting of a mod. This one has crit chance, protection, flat defense, some speed. It's okay, right? Here's a potency mod with potency, offense, speed. This is looking pretty good, right? That's got a lot of stuff. So if we take this to purple, that's all we're going to do, right? We're going to take it to purple. If it hits speed, we're still interested. If it doesn't hit speed, then it's going to be another one of those mods that it's purple, and I'm probably done with it. So, and in this case, I'm going to unlock it because I'm not going to slice it again. Same thing with circles. These are 8 speed. You know, wishing we had some more stuff. 9 speed here. 9 speed here, not impressing me. And then no blue mods up here. Anything with 3 hits that's good. 12 speed at 3 hits, not bad. It's 15 speed with 3 hits. That one's worth giving a slice too, right? 3 hits of average 5. So you can slice that one up and we miss it. But that stays locked for sure. And we'll keep that mod. That's one that we could probably 6 dot. Now it is a crit damage with no good crit damage stats on it. So this isn't really going to be a crit damage mod set mod. This is just going to be a circle that has speed on it. So we'll probably use that like as a circle, just a speed set, and then we can still throw that circle in there somewhere to get 15 speed on the circle if we don't have something better to put there. So it just at that point just becomes a speed mod. All right, take a look down here. 7 speed. That's yucky. 9 speed. 10 speed, 2 hits, health. Oh, that's nasty. So here's crit damage on crit damage. That's nice. Substats aren't that great. Yeah. Hit that someday. Alright. 9 speed here. This is kind of interesting. Protection, crit chance, 9 speed. That's probably worth slicing. Let's see. What else do we have here that's good? Defense main stat. Here's an offense main stat with 10 speed. Not that great of matching stats. Protection. It's a defensive mod. Has tenacity on it. Yeah, so there's just a lot of these mods that are not quite good enough for me to want to slice. Not quite good enough. All right, and then the last filter that I'll do is I'll go down to the E level mods, and we'll do this. 3 speed. Why is that mod even saved? Get that out of here. Then we'll look for good mods down here that have like 5 speed. Something to recommend them for improvement. 4 speed here, 5 speed here, protection main stat. Health main stat, 5 speed. Yeah, I don't know. Not that exciting. Crit damage, 4 speed, potency. Some other off stats. Here's crit chance with 4 speed. 3 speed. That's a bunch of hot trash, right? Good gravy. This is about the only one that seems like it's even worth hitting. Let's see, this is a 50-50 chance of success. We're starting out with 4 speed. I don't know. I don't even think we can hit that. So yeah, it just comes up a bust, right? Like there's no other mods on this account right now that I feel are worth slicing. And that's why I like to farm a lot of mods. You know, you farm up as many mods as you can, and that gives you can be real picky about what you slice. Because to me, the slicing materials are more valuable than the. You know what? We can do one more level of slicing here. So what we could do, we could do the same thing. And what we'll do now is we'll look for opportunities to take stuff to 6 dots, right? So what mods would we want to take to 6 dot? 14 speed, offense, it's pretty good. 12 speed, crit damage, health. See, this is a mod we definitely want to take up, but it's on Padme, so we're not going to get to do that. 17 speed, we hit it once, we didn't hit speed. Kind of stuck on that mod. That's one of those mods that was good enough at some point. 4 speed, crit damage, we just kept it to have it. Alright, 19 speed, it does have tenacity on a tenacity mod with protection. So this mod to me would then be worth slicing. Even though it has the flat stat, it matches the main stat. So if there's a character we want protection, at least that's duplicated. So these are, you know, potentially all good stats to hit. So we could slice that up. Let's see what we get on speed here. Got tenacity. Always happy with getting tenacity. Got tenacity. Got potency. Alright, I'm going to stop. Well, I have to stop there because I don't have any more materials, but that's kind of what you do. You just got to sort through and look and see which mods you have that are worth it, you know. Yeah, this is good. I like offense as a primary stat. A lot of characters could use this. 3 speed bumps, 14 speed. Just out of range of what we would really like for it to be. Ooh, look at this. 3 hits and it's only at 10. Yikes. That's what, like a 4, a 3, and a 3? It's still 10 speed, but it's not, that's poor performance. Okay. Blessed Carrot says, thank you, Fellhammer, for being courageous to go live like that. My hat is off to you. After that vid, I invested in a garbage mod, and now it's my highest speed at 27. Nice. That's great. I have so many slicing materials for 6-star mods, but never get gray to gold 5-star mods. Yeah, well, some of the again, you can get good gray mods. You can get them there. In my opinion, they have to start out with either 4 good stats or they have to start out with 5 speed for me to even be interested in a gray mod. Fellhammer says thanks, but if DL says let's do a video and I'll fix your mods for you, it'd be crazy to say no. Oh, come on, Fellhammer, you did fantastic in that. It was a good time. It was a fun little session, just hanging and chatting and joking back and forth. So yeah, DL is very, very picky. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm picky enough sometimes. I waste materials on mods that aren't good enough. What do you think about crit chance primary on triangles? Except for crew, Geo Soldier, and Mando, I don't like it at all. So the thing about crit chance, There are a lot of characters, by the time they get to relic level, they're so close to 100% crit chance that putting a crit chance triangle just doesn't make any sense. So crit damage is far better. Crit chance is it's good in the early game though. You know, if you need a character that has triggers off of crit chance, like when you critically hit, something else happens. You know, stun on a critical hit, whatever it is. Then those characters you can use the crit chance on. But otherwise, you're right. It's very low. I posted something in the Ask Loquitur channel. Somebody was asking me, like, at what point does crit damage better than offense on the triangle? And the answer is almost always. If you do the calculation, a crit damage triangle just at 5 stars, the 36% crit damage already passes up offense at like 18% crit chance. It does so much more damage on a crit that your average damage over a statistical range of hits is better with the crit damage. So yeah, in most cases it's just going to be better. Now I know why you always able to slice in your streams. You're very picky. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't get slicing materials and then immediately go, "Oh, I got to go slice something." It's the other way around, like I'm waiting for something that's good enough to slice. That's exactly it. 19 speed triangle unused. Sell that to me. Oh, that one we were just working on? That one? 20 speed triangle? Yeah, we'll get it on a character. We'll get it on somebody. Does that mean my SLKR should have crit damage? So SLKR is a special case, right? If you look at SLKR, let's see if I don't even know if I can do this very well. But basically what you're doing is you're trying to control the stacks of siphon, right? So Stasis Strike gives 40 siphon, this gives siphon, Furious Onslaught gives mastery. If you look at his mastery, critical damage is in his mastery. So the reason why you want to mod him with offense on his triangle is because if you do crit damage here, it's much better for Squad Arena or Grand Arena because he doesn't really get a chance to ramp up his damage that much. But in raids, in longer battles, anywhere where you're going to fight for a while, as he ramps up his mastery, he's going to get that crit damage anyway. So the extra offense then overpowers the extra crit damage as a modifier, right? Because if he's added on these stacks of siphon, his crit damage modifier goes to 18,000 crit damage. And nobody cares when you're at 18,000%, like in the Sith raid. Nobody cares if it's 18,042%. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, for longer battles, that's why SLKR looks for offense there. It's kind of a different case. For SLKR, offense with health or speed with health? Yes. So the answer to that is yes. Either make him fast or give him offense. Yep, those are the two ways to build him. And I've kind of got this, I really need to get another good mod down here with offense, like a health with offense and enough speed to put in there. This could do it. What do you guys think? You want to slice that, see if it hits speed? That's got good health on it, though. This would get us the health set bonus. All right, hit speed so that we can put you on SLKR. All right, I'll take one more shot at this. Nope. Nope. It doesn't want to be an SLKR. I want him fast. I want to keep him fast. So, but it's going to take a health mod with an offense main stat for me to change that out. I like crit chance on gas better because he already has like 200% crit damage. Okay. But I think on him you could put protection on his triangle or something like that. Because he's already got plenty of damage anyway. You don't really even need that much damage on gas. Okay, cool. So who are good characters that need crit damage? Everyone. Crit damage is the generic... it is the generic triangle, right? Like just about anybody can benefit from a crit damage triangle. Darth Vader, I still have him for offense. I've never changed him up. But crit damage here on Revan. Piet has offense. You know, I'm going through a bunch of characters that don't have it. But yeah, crit damage is kind of my go-to for everything. So anybody that I want to do damage, crit damage. Nest, I think, again, she has scaling crit damage from her abilities. So it's better to do something like this, like protection or some other stat. I need that mod for my Loquitur account over here. I could load her up with that and give her a bunch more speed. That would be nice. Yeah, even, characters like all these attackers, crit damage. It's just a good generic way to go. My Malik wants protection 20 speed triangle. Yeah. That's a good Malik mod, huh? Hey, DL, what's your mod score on your DL account? I'm around 1.6 million and mine is 2.1. I work on, I think mine's 3.7, something like that. What's your speed on SLKR? 562 or something like that. 576. Stream luck on 2 flat defense rolls. Yeah, definitely happens sometimes. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to, I got to take a real quick restroom break here, guys. I've got, I got to do that or I'll explode. So I'm going to take a quick break here. And then when we come back, we're going to talk. We've already talked a little bit about it, but I'm going to talk about the title stuff, the pressure teams, and the efficiency model. And, we're going to go through some of that stuff. So let's give me a couple seconds here to head off to the restroom. And then I'll be right back. And we'll talk about building GAC teams and kind of the new efficiency model. So be right back. All right, I'm back already. I had a funny thought while I was in the restroom. I was trying to figure out some kind of joke around live streaming. Couldn't figure out a good joke for it though, so that's as far as it got. Different kind of streaming. Talk about stream luck. I just got my first 25 speed mod. 2 +5 speed rolls and a +4 to top it off. Nice, Tice. That's awesome. Kevin D says, SLKR, I assume you're talking about 530 speed, but it's running an offense set. Yeah, the offense, I mean, honestly, if you're going to play a lot of Grand Arena, Squad Arena type battles, you're much better off with the high offense, hard-hitting type of mod strategy. I made him fast because back in the day, there was a lot of advantages to having him fast. It helped to do the Sith raid faster. I like going before the other SLKRs in the mirror match. So I found value in making him fast, and I just kind of left him there. We just kind of left him fast. All right. So you guys ready to talk about the main topic? Do we want to talk about some Grand Arena pressure teams and kind of the new efficiency? You guys ready for that discussion? A stream break. I have to quit streaming to go stream. Now, I don't know. There's a joke in there somewhere, guys. There's a stream joke in there somewhere. I'll figure it out. Dark Lord of the stream. Okay, hang on one second. Okay, I got a message. Someone has asked, you talk about speed all the time when you're slicing. Do you ever slice a mod for something other than speed? No. I honestly think, I think I never, I don't want to say never because never is so easy to poke holes in, right? I cannot recall a time that I've ever sliced a mod where it wasn't based on trying to get good speed. I can't remember it. Not in the entire time that I've played. Because I played other games before I ever came to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and those other games also had some system that required speed where that was a big deal. So, I mean, I walked in the door and the first mod I ever sliced, I sliced for speed. So no, I don't think I ever look for anything other than speed. Because the other stuff you get by accident, right? I mean, honestly, if you said, I want to build a mod set with high potency, you can sort out whatever mods that you worked on for speed. Some of them will have potency substats too. So you can get there just by picking and choosing the mods from what you got. If you have a bunch of mods with, smashing potency, and you say, oh, I want to find speed, and you find 7 speed mods and stuff like that, you're not going to be satisfied. That's not what you want to be happy with. You want to be happy with your speed and be satisfied with your potency. Tyler Martin says, currently streaming elsewhere. That's it. There you go. That's a fantastic screen. Put that up. Currently streaming elsewhere. Stream has temporarily moved. Nice. That's fun. I've only sliced once not for speed, and that was for tenacity on Nest. Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, if you've got a fantastic tenacity mod. Benny Lau says, how's your stream? It's warming up. Nice. All right, got some good jokes out of that. You guys are better than me on that one. I couldn't figure something good out. All right, so let's get to the topic in the top, and I want to talk about pressure teams. And there's a concept I want to talk about that people who work out may already know this concept. People who don't work out, I'm going to explain it, and it may be hard to understand, but it's I don't know, it's the analogy that comes to mind when I'm thinking about this new Grand Arena system. So let's say, for instance, that you're doing a heavy lift, like a deadlift or something like that. When you get close to the amount that you can lift, like the maximum, there's a very fine line between being able to lift it and not being able to lift it. And even to the extent that one day you might be able to get 5 more pounds than another day, and it's a sliding scale based on how you're doing. And with deadlifts especially, there's this moment where you're hooked up to the bar. A deadlift, for anybody who doesn't know, the bar's on the ground, you reach down, you grab the bar, and it's basically you're standing up with the bar. And so in that movement, you grab it at the bottom and you start to put pressure into it. And as you get to your lift, the bar either comes up or it doesn't. And it's very hard to explain, but if you're doing it right and you've got good form and everything feels good, you can keep putting pressure into it. And you keep putting pressure into it, and then once the bar lifts, you're good, and then getting it past your knees is the next part, and then you lock it out and you're good, right? So it's pressure, right? And when you get enough pressure, it pops up. And that's how I feel about this new Grand Arena system, right? When your teams get good enough, if you're placing 7 teams, when your strategy is good and your teams are good enough, you'll pop up to the next level. Then you'll be fighting against other people at that level that are matching you on skill for wins. So if their account is better than yours, it's not going to come up, right? You're not going to pop against that team. And then your skill level goes down and you get placed against people whose skill level is less, and then again you'll be faced against maybe a better team. But once the system starts to settle, every time you go up a rank, you're going to have to hold on to that rank, and you're going to have to hold on to it against players that have won or lost in the same ratio as you, who are at a higher galactic power. So how are we going to keep that pressure on where we can come up, right? How are we going to keep that pressure on when we can come up in a way where we can say, using the most galactic power to generate the greatest benefit in the new Grand Arena system? So to me, that's the new efficiency, right? If you've got a bucket full of gear, how do you distribute that gear to get the most pressure in Grand Arena? And you guys already know the answer to this, but again, it's kind of, I'm thinking about it. I'm trying to put words around it and trying to make it all make sense. So, what do you guys think of that so far? Are you following along with me? Let's catch up on chat. See if there's any other comments over here. What do you think of Qui-Gon Jinn getting defense sets with tons of health and protection to make him tanky for GAC? Yes. I think yes. And again, it depends on what team you're making. If you're trying to actually make a really good Qui-Gon Jinn team, that's probably not the way to set him up. You want max speed, just speed, and a team around him that can perform, right? But if you're going for like the concept that I talked about with like a bomb team, then yeah, absolutely. So if we look at the my main account, that's exactly what I did with him, right? 2 defense sets, 2 health sets, tanky stats, protection here, health here, health here. And then just, enough speed to take advantage of the fact that he's, 258 speed is okay. He'll get 30 more. He'll be at 288 speed. But he'll be hard to kill, right? That's the whole point behind Qui-Gon Jinn and putting him in kind of that bomb team. And then that's probably what I'm going to do with him on my main account. We're just going to put him in a team of lower level Jedi and just try to flex his Omicron. Use that as and you can see I took him all the way to Relic 7. Because again, we just want to make him as hard to kill as possible to force them to have to use a good team. He serves as the pre-taunt. So would it mean instead of Relic 1 or 2 teams, spread the Relic characters to boost their teams? Okay. Benny Lau. Nice. Okay. So, yeah, okay. So let's get back into the discussion here then. So pressure teams. The way that we're going to be able to build pressure teams is really with these single relic idea. Right? So let's just create a bunch of these teams and just kind of show how the thinking works, right? So, I don't know, right? We just have stuff with a Grievous team. So, obviously you want some better droids down here, or maybe you want to put, some Separatists in here, put Newt Gunray if you got him, something like that. Now, this team, what does it do? This team steals banners on defense. That's all it does. You put this on defense with a high relic Grievous, and your opponent comes in with a strategy to beat Grievous. Now, there's not many strategies where you can get to him. Let's say he's Relic 7. There's not many strategies where you can get to him and kill him without triggering by killing one of these other guys. So, for not much resources, really just this Grievous, we've created a team where the opponent has a decision. Are they going to bring in a team like Jedi Knight Revan? Then they can target Grievous and kill him and potentially get higher banners. Or are they going to try to beat it with a lower level team and risk losing? Lose a bunch of banners or lose the whole combat, right? So this is a team we can field. The clone team. You guys know that I'm a big fan of this Shaak Ti 501st clone team. And this is the same kind of thing. We put that's not Shaak Ti. It's a different Togruta. That's right, isn't it? Togruta? I think so. So then we build up a big 5s, and we just put these other 501st in there, and we build this team. And this is an offensive team. You want to control the matchup here. The AI is dumb. It'll kill one of these other clones and triggers the 5 sacrifice. And again, for the cost of one really good character, you can make this team really kill a bunch of stuff. I've even killed Grievous teams with this team, since my wins against Grievous are often low banner wins anyway. In the past, against weaker Grievous teams, I've just brought in this clone bomb team, and they kill a clone right away, and then the other 3 clones go crazy with 5's stats. So how this team works, he's got the sacrifice. If 5's is defeated with the Zeta on here, he gives 501st clone troopers his health, protection, speed, which is insane, and offense. So what I do, relic level 5's, his health is already good, his protection is already good. Give him a speed set, optimize his speed and offense so that when he dies, the other clones get really fast and hit really hard. That's a team that we're going to be building very soon on the Loquitur account for sure. Of course, anything that you can solo on offense, Kylo Ren masked, Enfys Nest. I found Dooku's been doing really well for me. Like, I didn't have that much success with him on my main account, but on this alt account, Dooku's been really killing it. He's crushing it. All right, so let's take a look at the Mon Mothma team as another one of these teams, right? And we'll put in some scraps here. And this is either an offense or a defense, and you only need one character. So what we're going to do in this is we're going to put 3PO and Chewie. You know what? Let's get Jyn Erso out of here, and we know now that Kyle Katarn is the thing, right? He's the stuff in this team. So you could make a team like this with Kyle Katarn. So you make your Mon Mothma really big. You relic out this Mon Mothma. 3PO and Chewie, if the leader is a rebel, gains 40% of those stats, and then gives half of that to everybody else. Mon Mothma herself shares stats at the start. All of the rebel fighters pool 8% of their combined stats that they also gain. So she's giving everybody 8% of her stats through that, and she's sharing 8% of their stats through her skill. And then 3PO and Chewie come in, and they spread that across everybody again. So this team, again, for the cost of one good relic character with Mon Mothma, take her up to relic 7, and 28% of her stats go to everybody else, and 40% of her stats go to 3PO and Chewie. And again, it's not that this team can beat Galactic Legends or something when you build it like this, but the kinds of teams that you can beat, let's say it ends up at 80,000 galactic power or something like that, and you can beat teams at 120,000 galactic power. So basically what we're doing over and over again, we're trying to create teams that are going to hold on to their value, and for a low galactic power are going to be able to beat teams of higher galactic power. I believe that's the key to being successful in this new Grand Arena. You're going to want to build these one relic teams so that you can field more teams, and they're going to be competent teams, and they're going to force your opponent to do something good against you. And that'll help you win. Let's see. If we put Qui-Gon Jinn down in a team, then again, my recommendation, don't try to do some crazy strategy where you make this team good. Just put in a bunch of smaller Jedi, make them real fast. You want somebody in there that has taunt to be annoying. So you could just put this team in there, something like this. But if these guys all have speed, remember, if they're around 250 speed, they're adding 7,500 offense, right? So even if these guys are scrubs, and Qui-Gon Jinn is like Relic 7, I feel like this team is going to be, it's going to take some doing to beat it. You can't kill any of these little guys. They've got ridiculous offense from his Omicron. You have to kill him first. A couple of these taunts are going to get in your way. Revan has Savior. And again, I mean, if you've got a good Revan, then this isn't going to be what you want to do with your Revan. My Revan's Gear 7. So I can make this team out of just leftover Jedi. And now for very little galactic power, I suddenly have a team that's scary, right? Again, we're targeting teams that are like 80 to 100,000 galactic power with one big relic. Same thing with Night Sisters, right? We could take advantage of the whole Night Sister mechanic with revives and all that crazy stuff, and we can put a Talzin lead. And what I've seen done typically is that people would relic the Talzin or the old Daka, but if you had a relic Desage because of the gas event, or whatever you want to do here, if there's one of these characters that you want to take up, I feel like old Daka is probably the best. But you can build this team with one relic character. Just rely on the mechanics with the Night Sister zombie, and again, it makes a team that your opponent has to pay attention to. And that's what we want to do over and over and over again. We want these teams that for the cost of one good character and a bunch of synergy, it makes our opponent twitch. All right. Let's go catch up on chat. It's all about resource management, minimum investment to get the most out of a team. Yep, that's the thing. Relic the key character, less than gear 12 on the rest. And my proposal, Brandon, is that in some of these teams, we can stay way less than gear 12. Gear 8, gear 7, just really trash tier stuff and still be put in a team. Chirotechs are a pain to farm. Yes. I just realized you can't put the word... okay, I can't read that. How's the cat farming going on the DL account? You still buying shards with crystals? Yes, I am. My goal is to make 5 purchases of cat every conquest. So this conquest, I've made 3 purchases. 1 with the tokens and 2 with crystals. So we're on track. We need 2 more purchases in the next 13 days or whatever it is. So that's my target. 5 purchases per conquest. Yep. Throw Ayla Sakura into the Jedi team and it's set. Yeah, because I got to build her anyway for... I've got to build her anyway for the Kenobi journey. It did it again. I clicked and then clicked off. Do I have her? Yeah, there she is. Yeah, so we'll leave Kenobi in. We'll leave Kanan in there just as taunts. Scrubs. That's what we're doing. We're just building it with scrubs. I have Relic, Daka, and Zombie, Gear 12, Asajj, Gear 9, Talzin, and Spirit. And they get holds in GAC. Haha. Nice job, Mag. That's it. And it's not because the team is that good. It's because the opponent either A, has run out of good teams, or B, they try to take it on with a team that's too low power. And if you lose against Night Sisters and you let them get wound up on turn meter, even if they're low level, they're hard to come in against the second time. So yeah, I mean, teams like that we can put on defense or use on offense and just punch up, And the more teams like this that we can build for defense, then things like Revens and CLS and, teams like that can be kept for offense. Mon Mothma and clones are offense for sure. Mon Mothma's really flexible. Grievous is just defense. I think this Qui-Gon team is just defense this way, building it with Scrap Jedi. Night Sisters, pretty much just defense. You don't want to get bad banners on offense, but you don't mind if you get bad banners on defense, so to speak. As long as you're stealing banners, pulling good teams, you're already doing what you want to do. So yeah, Queel. Let's make the Queel team. And for a lot of people, it's going to be early bounty hunters, for example, where you can just put in your bounty hunter team and throw him in there with them. and all these bounty hunters get his stats. Maybe we like Boba Fett in here better. So these characters all have good skills, and they do tons of damage, and they have assists. And once Queel starts passing around his stats, they start hitting really hard. And if you make him really fast, then he goes first. He does this skill pretty much as a default. I think these buffs only do light side. Oh, it's all scoundrels and light side droids. Okay, so scoundrels get buffed. They all get turn meter. So you make him really fast. He goes first. He does that skill. All your other bounty hunters get to go. And again, it's to surprise the opponent. He goes. They all go. Banners are being lost. And then from there, you don't care. You know, if you lose, you don't care. That's fine. Right? And the reason you do that with Queel is because he makes these guys all act like relic level characters. If you also relic the Bosk and also the Queel and have both of these guys relicked, then that defense requires the opponent to really flinch. Because Bosk is hard to get through anyway, and with Queel it gets even harder. And yeah, that's nasty. That's naughty. All right, another team that you can do is First Order. So we know that Kylo Ren unmasked can be a pretty ridiculous character. We know that Kylo Ren on his middle skill generates turn meter. So you can put something like this together. And you only have to have really two good characters with Kylo unmasked and the Sith Trooper. And you just kind of use the other guys as filler. Hux's Zeta is nice if you want to do that. If you get Hux's Zeta, then you can actually put him in the lead spot. You can pick which guy you want to lead. Hux messes with turn meter. So let's say they want to bring in a trooper team or something like that. Kylo is in the way with his taunt. Imperial troopers don't have an easy way to remove the taunt, so they're stuck behind that. And then, again, it's just you get turns to steal banners. His middle skill is going to steal banners. His skill is going to steal banners. If you build Kylo Ren for a solo character, for example, then you could stick in something like First Order Stormtrooper. Again, just fill it in with a second tank and make it inconvenient. And the one character in here that you want to relic is Kylo Ren unmasked. Right? He gets you the TIE Silencer ship also. So he's good for fleet. His ship is fantastic in fleet. And for the price of one relic character, just a relic 5 or relic 7, somewhere in that range, Kylo Ren unmasked is a problem. You can't underdog it. You've got to bring in something that can do enough damage to get through Kylo, or something with an instant kill like the Mandalorian or Nihilus or something like that. So just that character alone on defense, it's already a team. It's already a threat. All right, let me get back to chat here. R3 Daka is awesome. Can take out full relic GG teams with the right Zeta. Nice. Revan using Mark and possibly killing a Toon with one mass assist. Revan. Oh, on the Qui-Gon team? Well, Revan, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Since she hits quite hard already and has counter mechanics at Gear 9, Gear 10 is already a pain to deal with her. Would you throw a relic GMY in with the Qui-Gon or keep it with Padme? So Tice, the options are with Qui-Gon, either A, you want to make a really good team with him and really make it so let's say you did put Yoda with him and also Revan with him and Kenobi, and then Ki-Adi Mundi if you had him. That team is insane, right? That team is insane. It's a galactic galactic legend level team. You would almost want to bring in a GL to counter that, because you got to kill Qui-Gon twice before you can kill anyone else. Kenobi's getting in the way. Ki-Adi-Mundi's hitting like a 747 going full speed. You know, it's like it's a good team. So to me, if you want to build a good team for Qui-Gon, then you got to commit to building a really good team with him. Otherwise, you relic him, you put him with a bunch of Jedi scrubs, and again, you just make it a team that makes your opponent jump. They've got to do something against it. All right. Keep Anakin and Ahsoka with her, but GMY is going to be amazing with Qui-Gon Jinn. That's true, Warrior. It's going to be amazing. It's just a matter of whether you want to commit your Yoda to that team. Why do you have the KRU Zeta? Because it gives him pre-taunt. I mean, we like to have taunt at the start of the encounter, right? So, yeah, we have the Zeta. I'm gonna build Crew. For sure I'm gonna build Crew, because he's like one of my favorite characters in the game. He's a good character. And again, I can build a whole defense out of him. I can put him on my Sith Eternal Emperor team when I'm trying to counter a SLKR. There's a lot of stuff I'll be able to do with him. TK says, hello, what did I miss? We're just talking, TK. Nothing too exciting. Are there any main stat arrows that I can delete, like defense, health, protection, to free up mod space? Ilya, for arrows, you're asking about arrows. I keep pretty much speed arrows. 90% of all my arrows are speed arrows. And then a few of them are the arrows that you find that have you manage to get a good main stat with a bunch of extra substats. I've got a couple of those. So yeah, but generally, if it's not a speed arrow or have a high speed substat, then you can sell it. You could sell most of the stuff with accuracy. Just get rid of all of it. Most of the defense, health, offense, main stats, get rid of them. Mostly just going to be using speed. I think one of the KRU Zetas prevents turn meter prevention. His leadership Zeta does critical damage, adds turn meter gain. Hux's Zeta makes it so that the opposing team can't gain turn meter when he has advantage. If the ally leader does first order and all other first order gain ally, if they're all first order allies, enemy can't gain bonus turn meters while Hux has advantage. So that shuts down the turn meter gain on some teams like the Imperial Troopers, for example. KRU as a character can be beaten very easily now, but as a ship, yeah, he's underrated. So how do you beat him as a character, quote, very easily? How is it very easy to beat this guy? Even getting, healing immunity stuck to him or something like that, still not easy. And if you got a decent Sith trooper behind him, this combo is retarded. Because if you can't hold Kylo down in some way, every time you attack him, he'll counterattack, Sith trooper will assist. So this whole team is just basically attack Kylo, he attacks back, Sith trooper assists. Somebody else attacks, attack back, assist. And just, that's it. That's what this team does. You can daze the Sith trooper, you can get him under control, he has a cleanse, so you'll have to get him under control, theoretically twice. And again, all I want you to do, if you bring in a good team to beat it, that's all I want you to do. I just want you to use a good team to beat it. Healing immunity or instant kill. That's exactly it, Vincent, but you have to have those teams, right? You have to have an instant kill team. And right now, I mean, if you look through my roster, 2.1 million galactic power, I don't have Mando, and I don't have Nihilus, and I don't have Cat. I don't know who else has an instant kill ability. Those are the ones that I can think of off the top of my head, but I don't have any of the 3 characters that give you that instant kill. So up against a Relic 7 Kylo on defense, I myself have to bring something like Empire. Fracture him, get a bunch of debuffs on him, call him out with Vader. I've got to do something. It makes me jump because I don't have something that can, let's say, quote, easily beat Kylo Ren unmasked. Yeah, he's not a problem. If you've got Triumvirate, if you've got a lot of these other, there's a lot of teams that can beat him. But again, I'm making you use your Triumvirate against crew, so it's already a win. Virtually every team in the game can be easily beaten. It's a matter of efficiency. Crew gets a ton of holds for me. If people use bounty hunters and or grief and not Mando, but smart people use them, same for Triumvirate or even JMK. So, I mean, the moral of the story is we're just going to field a bunch of these teams. Now, let's say you have a Relic bounty hunter team and a Relic Empire team, and you've gone on the SLKR journey, so you have all that stuff. All right? If you're facing all of this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and let's say that was the defenses that I put down. This is my whole defense. And I've put down, well, maybe not clones, maybe another Geos or something like that. Again, every single one of these teams, you're going to use your Empire team against one. You're going to use maybe some kind of First Order team against another one. Your bounty hunters go. And then you're scrapping for how to beat these last 2 teams. So that's the point. It's the point is to get these defenses that are punching over their weight. And again, I'm going to do it on the Loquitur account. This is exactly what I'm going to do on the Loquitur account. I'm going to have this Relic Kylo, Queel. We'll do Night Sisters. We'll do Qui-Gon Jinn. We'll do Mon Mothma. We'll do 5s. We'll do Grievous. So everything I'm showing you here is stuff that I am actually, in fact, going to build on the Loquitur account to try to punch up. If I'm wrong and it doesn't work, you guys will be able to point and laugh. But I think when it does work, exactly like it's supposed to, and I'm fighting up probably 1 million galactic power every battle or more, then it'll kind of prove out the validity of the idea. We also want to have some kind of Mandalorian team at some point. And this one is interesting for me because I haven't quite figured out how this is going to work. But, let's say we get some kind of Mando team going here. Let's do this because imagine that I'm going to use the Gauntlet Starfighter. I don't have Maul. How much did I get from Maul? 91 out of 330. That's ugly. So I think there's a team somewhere in here. But I think that this team somehow revolves around the Armorer. Maybe a big Jango Fett, maybe get the Armorer up to speed. And then I think something like this. Again, for the price of just a Relic Jango or a Relic Armorer. So I'm still working on this. I think there's something here, but I got to kind of go through the mechanics and figure out exactly how to make this work and who's the right relics. We'll get this from the JMK journey. So we'll get these from the JMK journey. We'll get the armor from C. So we'll be able to play around with some kind of a team like that. Zareth and Calvin predict Night Sister should be able to beat Qui-Gon Jinn on defense and recommend him on offense. So I could see Qui-Gon Jinn having similar uses to Imperial Troopers. Griff says hello there. Hey, Griff. You could run Mando with the Bosk team, Bosquil team. Yeah, that would be nice. Put the Mandalorian with the Evaporate in with the Queel team. After this conquest, I'm unlocking Maul. Need to farm armor. Nice. For the Mandalorian team, use Canderous for the constant assists. Well, armor might be with... she might be stuck with C anyway. So that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Just put I always want to call him Candy. All right. Candy Butt Ordo. For all the assists. Yeah, and then just have these two relic and see how that works. You know, his assist is going to... does he put the damage over times on with his assist? Okay, all this stuff. Canderous actually has to be geared up to be good, though, right? He inflicts... It deals damage to an enemy, inflicts a damage over time. So, I guess not. I guess you could just put him in there and try to get the assists. I mean, the whole idea is to run it with some characters that aren't very good. So, I don't know. Like I said, I'm still working on this concept. We still have to figure this out. And the Night Sisters beating Qui-Gon, a low-level Night Sister team isn't going to beat that. Again, imagine the Relic Qui-Gon with all of these Jedi here that can't be killed. Okay? They can't die until he dies twice with this mini Revenant here. So the whole idea here, if your Night Sisters are good enough to beat this, then I don't care. You've invested a lot of resources into them, potentially multiple relics to beat this team, then I'm fine. You use it here, it's used. I'm okay with it. As long as I'm at 100,000 and you're coming in with more than 100,000, it's a win. So to me, that's it. As long as I'm beating more GP with my GP, it's a win. We're good. Night Sisters are going to be a 55 banner at best. That could be true as well. Yeah. Pressure teams, guys. Pressure teams. So just by building one or two good characters on these teams, we're going to be able to constantly field more and more teams that are going to be good enough, right? We don't want to be fielding this crap like we've had to do in the past, where we've got, run out of stuff and we've got to put these Phoenix on defense. Any one of those teams is going to be far better than a Phoenix team. We don't want to have to put Ewoks on defense. We don't want to have to scrub out on defense. That's the big thing. When we start placing 7 and 9 teams, this is the way that we're going to get to 7 and 9 teams and be able to hold some zones. Maybe not even hold, but we're going to be able to put down a defense that isn't paper, challenge the opponent, and keep most of our good stuff for offense. Troopers, Vader, Galactic Legend, he'll flex onto defense or offense. If he's not easily beaten by the opponent, I'll put him on defense for sure. So, yeah, that's my idea, and that's my idea of the new efficiency. The new efficiency in the new GAC system is using less galactic power to challenge more galactic power, and that will get you higher placement in Grand Arena compared to your respective GP. The fact that if you have a Gear 13 Qui-Gon and GMY and JKR, then they really need a GL. You have to have a tank in there. So if you've got the GMY and the JKR, I feel like you have to have Kenobi. You have to have some good tank in there to distract. Otherwise, they can come in with something and just... let's say you used Vader and... Wat Tambor and some stuff like that, and if you get your speed high enough to go first, of course that'll be hard. Grandmaster Yoda can have almost 400 speed on that team, so getting the jump on them is going to be pretty tough. They'll get foresight right away with the buff from Yoda. So yeah, there's a way to make that team really hard. Yeah, really hard. But again, I think that's the commitment, right? You either have to put a bunch of good characters in there and make it crazy hard, or, just no effort and it still takes something to beat it. I took Cat to Relic 5. Do I need to go higher on Relic level? So TK, it all depends on whether or not your cat is dying. Relic 5 is fine. Put her in a Padme team. She'll be fine. But if you're trying to kill Galactic Legends with your Padme team or something like that, you're trying to do the Kenobi counter, for example, then Relic 5 ain't going to cut it. Probably got to go to Relic 7 at least. Otherwise, she's too fragile. So, yeah, she's a character that's worth, Relic 8. Is just, I mindlessly did that. As soon as I got her on my main account, I just straight to Relic 8. All right, I can't think of any other teams that I want to put in here for this example. Let's just take a quick look. There is some team, somebody was telling me about a team where the Ewoks use C-3PO, and it's like what is it? It's like Chirpa, Paplu, Elder, and is it Tebow or Low Gray? Maybe it's Low Gray, and then actually with C-3PO in the team, and like a Relic Elder. And somebody said that this team just goes nuts. Like, I don't know the mechanics very well for the Ewoks, but maybe somebody can tell me if there's anything to this idea of 4 Ewoks plus C-3PO being a crazy good team. Yeah. So somebody that I trust told me that this, I don't remember the exact 4 Ewoks, but like a Relic level Elder with the Zeta Chirpa and C-3PO in the team is actually like really hard to beat. Maybe there is Wicked in there somewhere instead of Paplu or something. C-3PO is good with the Ewoks, but better with CLS and then Padme. Paplu with the speed set is very good and underrated. What about a Newt Gunray Dooku team? I've seen the team that I like with Newt. Let's see, Separatists. if you do a Newt Gunray team with Dooku, I like to put in the Geos. So you do like Brood Alpha, Spy, Soldier, or Sunfac, depending on who you've got. So you've got like kind of the threat of the repeating damage of the Geos. Newt Gunray is hiding out behind the Brood Alpha. Dooku is stunning people. I think you do want Sunfac in here, because he strips off people's buffs. So you can take away people's buffs. Geo Spy on his Execute steals buffs. So as long as you can keep taking away their buffs, Dooku has a higher chance to get the stun on a counter. And what you're looking for out of this team is for Newt to get extortion on somebody and for them to be stunned so that they can't remove the extortion. That starts the extortion spreading, and it's crazy. It's nuts. You can also do like Asajj Ventress Daka Zombie in this. And basically, I think you would want to relic the Newt, right? Newt would be the key to making this team insane. Yeah, and you just kind of... You hide Newt. You power through extortion and just go crazy. The Night Sister version of that, you do Zombie, Daka, and you can even do this. Is it this one that hides? This one that goes into stealth? So then you've got stealth, potentially stealth when he dies, whatever. He's going to hide characters. You can put Asajj in there. She's a separatist. She gets hidden. So you can build teams like this with Newt and Dooku, but they're all trying to do the same thing. They're all trying to get the extortion to go crazy. I've seen it with Droideka in here too. Because if you can hide Droideka behind some stuff, then he can hit hard. Paplu, Chirpa Omicron is probably going to be my first. Zara says Paplu can be crazy fast since he gets like 20% speed at the start and gets them started. Let's go back and look at Paplu. Okay. Paplu has 25% speed whenever he doesn't have taunt active, so that you're saying that gives him a big boost, make him fast. And I think he uses this skill first, doesn't he? Maybe not. Maybe he'll do this first to get his taunt. I don't know which the AI picks first, but this would be pretty lame, right? He goes first, he gets in there, and he kind of hits one guy and gets taunt. The Chirpa Omicron does what? EYA have plus 30 speed and deal 40% more damage with basics, and have a 40% chance to call an Ewok ally when using special abilities. You know, if you're building an early like CLS or something like that, so you've built Ewoks, this is so intriguing, right? Because I think if you had this and you had C-3PO in this team, and I don't know, guys. Maybe I'm going to build this. You know what? I'm going to start collecting Ewok parts. Let's start collecting Ewok parts, and we're definitely going to do Qui-Gon's Omicron first. But you know what? Maybe we do Chief Chirpa as an Omicron. Build him up for C-3PO and plan to do 4 Ewoks and C-3PO as another one of these teams that punches up. We just got to figure out the right character to relic and go crazy with it. Need C3PO for a lot of stuff anyway. He's requirements for gas. And on this account, once I get my Jedi Master Kenobi, it's probably going to make a lot of sense for me to go backwards and get gas. So I'll need the C3PO anyway. I'm intrigued by this team. I feel like this could be a thing. Do you recommend Omicron on Phasma on offense or defense? Phasma is a territory war Omicron, and my understanding is, in theory, the best use for her is actually to make her the leader in a team that contains SLKR as a defense. So you wouldn't need it on offense. You're controlling the matchup, and you just go in and wreck whatever you want to wreck anyway, right? So I think the current outlook on her would be to use this Omicron on defense, with it actually being an SLKR team, right? Let's see. Whenever an ally attacks, they call allies tripled if the ally's first order. While in territory wars, 10% additional chance. She has 100 speed. Whenever they attack out of turn, they regain health and protection. Whenever they gain advantage, they also gain 10% offense stacking. Yeah, so if you have SLKR actually in the mix, every time he does his sweep ability, he's going to be giving everybody advantage, giving everybody 10% offense. So it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. So yeah, I think you use her defense with SLKR. Ewoks are already a solid team. They aren't amazing. And then Omicron makes the assists 100% on special. Nice. My guildmate is around 3 million GP, and he has all the Ewoks R7. He is the only one who can put this team on defense in territory wars. Yeah, that's interesting. I like the Sherpa Omicron for where I am in the game. There are better Omicrons, but in the early game, it looks pretty strong. Yeah, exactly. It looks like it could really make the Ewoks a threat. I don't think you would want to relic a whole bunch of Ewoks and lean into it like it's a good team, but if you're not putting your Omicron somewhere else. And of course, Starkiller needs 3 Omicrons, so a lot of higher end players are like, okay, well there's my first 3 Omicrons, and okay, that's fine. It's weird watching these streamers, and they're talking like they just expect that every opponent now will have Starkiller. And for the guys at the top of the game, maybe everybody's buying that. But how do you afford that? My goodness, guys. I look at this and I'm like, okay, these are good characters, but I mean, I can't see going in the shop here and clicking this button over and over again trying to get this up to 330 shards. I mean, that's oof. That is just so much resources. Right? I mean, if you want the character, you can get it, but in order to get Starkiller, you have to do that 4 times. And for Starkiller, that's like a $2,000 idea. Having Starkiller right away is like, I don't know, $2,000 to $3,000. I don't know how you justify it. I mean, honestly, if you're one of those guys at the top end of the game and you're just chasing the new content and that's all you have to do, then yeah, I mean, it's fine. But yeah, I feel like I'm just going to be that far behind again, because it's going to be forever before I have to worry about getting 3 Omicrons for Starkiller, I would think. $300 times 5 to get Starkiller. Yeah, and then you still got to gear them, right? So if you're looking to gear all those characters, so $1,500 minimum. $1,200 just for the shards, never mind all the gears. Yeah. Warrior says, no, it's not 2,000. It's not 2,000 if you're at the end of the game and you're not spending gear on anything and you've got that much gear in the bank. But for the rest of us normal players, we're actually gearing up characters still. I don't know. Maybe you guys have enough gear just sitting in your bank that you could relic 5 characters. But I don't. I can't relic 5 characters. And you got to have those 4 characters at relic in order to get Starkiller, right? So you have to relic 4 characters to get Starkiller, and then obviously you want to relic him. So yeah, to me it's a $2,000 idea. $1,200 a minimum. Okay, maybe we can get it for that, but still, $1,200 for a character in a game. It's crazy. I felt bad when I spent $250 on the Executor. I thought, ooh, that's a lot of commitment. I think I'm just at a different level than a lot of these guys. I can't even gear 9 to new characters, says Michael Byrne. Yeah, I feel like that too. I was trying to work on, I can't remember what character it was, but I was stuck on I think it was Revan, right? I'm stuck on gear 7. I can't even gear 8 this guy. All right, I had to go farm, what was it? I had to farm, maybe it was these Mark III weapon tech mods or something like that I had to go farm. But yeah, I was locked out on Revan, on gear, going to gear 8. Gear 8 was too much for me. Look, I still can't even upgrade him. I'm stuck on gear 7. So yeah, if I were to try to build the new characters on top of what I'm already building on either one of my accounts, I would have to buy the gear, because I don't have it sitting around, that's for sure. Working on these bad batches, oh, it's a humbling experience. You look at all the kairos that you need, and you think that's a lot of kairos. And then you actually start applying the kairos, and you're like, oh my God, that's a lot of kairos. Oof. Yeah, so I'm stuck on all these guys just trying to farm the kairos and get them leveled up. C-3PO, yeah, I got stuck on gear 8 on him too. Still working on him. Haven't even got mods on him yet. I got my Mara Jade up to gear 8, but luckily she's very usable for me at that point. The rest of the gear has to go to my Geo Rex. Out of all the new characters, I'm only looking to Mara Jade to boost my EP Vader team. Yeah. So I guess I'll do my streamer duty of representing us down here at the bottom of the galactic power without the ability to buy the new characters. But yeah, everybody's treating it like it's a given. Okay, I got to make a defense for this Qui-Gon Jinn team. I got to make a defense for this new Mara Jade team, and I'm like, I don't know. If I see that, I'm not going to have anything for it. I'm going to see it, and I'm going to go, oh, there it is. Mara and Kyle are the two I like for my roster. Kyle makes the most sense. So I'll hard farm him first, probably. Anybody with C should look at Mara, though. Would you recommend force farming the SK requirements when they can be simmed? So any of these characters, these 4 characters are all, in their own right, very good for some team. So, you've got, who was the first guy? Dash Rendar. He's good for a prepared scoundrel team. So if you want that team, you can build him. Kyle, of course, with the Mon Mothma team looks pretty good. Talon with the Triumvirate looks pretty good. So let's say you're building Triumvirate and you want to boost that team up, then yeah, you would definitely want to force farm that character. Force farming all 4 of them to get Starkiller, we'll see. We'll see. He looks like a gas level character to me. I don't feel like, looking at his skills, I have to see how it plays, but when I read the skills, it looked kind of confusing to me. It's like he's all over the place. He's got some good defensive stuff. He's got some good offensive stuff. His ultimate skill, or whatever you want to call it, is based on his health instead of his damage. So now all of a sudden he's looking to optimize his health. So I don't know. I feel like he's going to be a good, hard-hitting character, but I don't know if he's going to be a GL Slayer yet, till I see how his kit plays out. Now, if he, as a character, can kill Galactic Legends, then that whole equation changes. If he becomes a team that can beat a non-meta in GAC, and he can kill Galactic Legends, then you can force farm four characters, and beat Galactic Legends. Then yes, absolutely, you're going to force farm all those characters as soon as they hit the shop or the holo tables. Yep. Benny Lau says, "Good for you, DL. That's why I prefer your stream. It's more relatable." Yeah. Yeah, no, I appreciate that because, yeah, I don't know. I feel kind of left out on a lot of this stuff, and I'm like, man, I just want you guys all to know that you're not alone in that feeling, or just waiting for these characters to become farmable. I'm doing that too. TK says, if I had Sith Trio up, I'd go for Talon. Nice. Starkiller having no leadership is odd. Seems like he might just end up on a Lord Vader team. Yeah, exactly. I don't know where this guy's going to go. And I don't know if you guys remember, but there was the leaked post on Reddit where that guy claimed to be a playtester and made all kinds of claims. And pretty much everything he said has proven out so far. And he said that Starkiller was kind of lackluster. He said the four characters building up to it were more of a prize than Starkiller himself. And with the amount of stuff in that post that has come around to be accurate, then you would say, well, the expectations for Starkiller should be modest, based on like I said, based on what we've seen out of that post already. SK is not ending up at Lord Vader because his unique only works without a Galactic Legend. I don't like how Starkiller seems to have such limited synergy. Reduces long-term viability similar to Gideon leadership. So here's, guys, you got to know, Starkiller is probably going to be good for something that will be present later. So you look at Starkiller now and you're like, oh, not impressed. Okay, what are the next characters that are going to come out? What's the next Galactic Legend that's come out? Who is it that Starkiller is supposed to fit with? And once we find that out, I think his synergy will go way up with a future character, right? Like I think we haven't seen the top end of his synergy. I don't know who it is. I'm not speculating on who or what that's going to be, but yeah, I feel like he's a character that belongs in another team. Maybe like a cat, goes with something. Okay. Yeah, let's try one more of those. And that should get me my clone kills and complete that quest and be done with that. All right, guys, we've been on stream for a while. Probably going to start wrapping it up here pretty quickly. Just wanted to share with you some of my early thoughts. We're probably going to start putting out some videos and stuff in the future of like how those single relic teams work. And, we'll put some more meaning behind what it is that I'm claiming with pressure teams, and just talk about the mechanics behind it and how it's going to work, and share that with you all so that, if other people want to follow that same kind of concept, they at least will understand why the concept works. that's important to me. I mean, I can't just use something without understanding why it works the way it works. And then once it makes sense, then it's real easy for me to build it my way and copy it and do it. But until I understand the mechanics behind it, it's kind of like, well, I don't know, why does that work? So we'll make some more videos like that. We'll finish out the mod series here. So that'll be the content for my channel going forward. We'll try to keep it focused on efficiency, redo a gear video, make sure that we get like a new gear efficiency video. I've done some homework on that already. We'll keep working on that and get that out to you guys too. All right. I think everyone will want to take down that Star Destroyer. That is a cool animation, though. His ultimate is a really cool animation. That's fantastic, isn't it? Benny Lau says, nice getting ideas how to field more useful teams. Yeah, nice. Warrior says, thanks for streaming. No problem. Love to do it. Love our Saturday morning chats. If you couldn't do the Star Destroyer, then I totally agree. Nice. Especially because the developer said he can kill some of the GLs without being on a GL team himself. Yeah, that's exactly it, Salmonator. We have to figure out if there's a team where Star Killer can kill Galactic Legends. And then he's an automatic, right? Once he can kill Galactic Legends, then as soon as it becomes farmable, we get those characters and lock him in. Jordan Atherton says, was hoping to get that account review. Yeah, I'm running out of time today, guys. I have an agenda for this afternoon. I got errands that I have to run, and I promised my daughter that we would play Exploding Kittens today, so I have to go explode some kittens later on in the card game, or hope not to get exploded by the exploding kitten. Yeah, so we got to do some of that. So I'm going to hop on off of here. And maybe I'll run a stream tomorrow and do some account reviews. We'll see how the day works out. And, you know, at my normal 6:30 time, if I'm available, maybe we'll just come in and do a bunch of account reviews then. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Appreciate everybody coming out today, hanging out, chatting. So hit the like button if you haven't already on your way out. Hit the subscribe and the notification to watch more videos like this in the future. And as always, you can always stop over on the Discord if you have other questions, things that you want me to answer. There's a good general chat there where everybody will help you. There's also an Ask Loquitur channel where you can specifically ask me questions if you want me to be the one that answers them. And that's going to wrap it up for today, guys. Thanks a lot. Thanks again. And I will see you in the next Holocron.